What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the TV Toycast YouTube channel, and today I'm unboxing from Operation Monster Force and Fresh Monkey Fiction. It is, because I have to cheat, the Sleepwalker Heavy Weapons Division. These guys are so much fun. What a cool line. How cool are these? Of course, the packaging on these is absolutely top-notch. So much fun. Check out that roster on the back there. But these guys are great, and I've already unboxed a couple on the channel. If you haven't already, check those out. Very, very cool. And of course, I'm going to see if I can kind of prop this open there. Maybe. Not want to work real well, but maybe that'll work. But look how cool that figure is. Absolutely phenomenal. Of course, he's the Sleepwalker of the Heavy Weapons Division. I think there's like 3 Sleepwalkers and 4 of the Delta Red, 2 Delta Reds and 3 Sleepwalkers in Wave 1. Of course, we'll go over the ones we have unboxed. 3 separate heads here. A lot of cool weapons, a lot of accessories. Again, you're kind of mixing G.I. Joe and monsters. What's not to like about that? I think Wave 2 is starting to ship soon. I think Wave 2 and then Wave 0 will all be shipping soon. Don't quote me on that. Wave 3, I think, will be coming sometime thereafter. But really, really cool. Of course, you get a kind of a little comic strip on the side there. Very fun. And then a little bit of a story. Of course, we've got, in Wave 1, we got Declan Van Helsing. He'll be coming up on the channel. The Delta Red Urban Operations Trooper. I believe that's the one I did unbox. We got the Delta Red Nocturnal Operations Trooper. I just got that in. In fact, he does look very similar, but different enough to where I was like, did I buy the same figure accidentally? But I don't think I did. I hope not anyway. Count Dracula, of course, he was unboxed. Really fun figure as well. And then we've got the Sleepwalker, the Crimson Moon Division, and Sleepwalker Obsidian Elite. Is that Guardsman? Is that what that says? Yeah, Obsidian Elite Guardsman. So hard to read. Very small font there, but really cool figures. Of course, you can pick all these up over on Big Bad Toy Store. I know Wave 1 was out of stock there, but I believe a lot of them are back. So if you missed out on them, it might be worth checking out over there on Big Bad Toy Store. But really, really cool figures, like I said. Absolutely love the line. And I don't know if I'll be picking up any more, but I do have all of Wave 1. And I remember I was really on the fence. Like, I initially pre-ordered the whole wave, and I was looking at the cost, because these aren't the cheapest figures. I was like, I don't know if I can justify that. And then, you know, like most, after the first wave, I was like, well, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and start ordering them. Put them in my pile of loot. Little by little is easy, but that one-time purchase of like probably $300 or so sometimes is a little hard to swallow. And I think that's where sometimes I see it with toy companies nowadays where, oops, I'm hitting the camera there. They're doing waves of about, you know, usually, you know, maybe 3 figures, maybe 4 figures. This is a wave of 8, and I think with a wave of 8, it is a lot harder because, you know, you want to get all of them. And that's not always the easiest thing in the world, as we do know. But a lot of cool accessories here. We got some extra hands. I may not need those, but we'll see. We got, like I said, a multitude of accessories. Almost like so many it gives me anxiety. But we'll see what happens here. My gosh, so many extra pieces. Tons of pieces, in fact. And, of course, we got these stands. These stands are really cool. Of course, Sleepwalker right there. Very, very cool way to display these guys. All of them come with a stand, of course. We got this head. I think that's really cool. We got a second head right here. Also pretty cool. Maybe I'll move my thumb so you can see it better. How about that? And then this head. Not super different from the first, but a little bit. Very, very cool. I actually like this first one, though. So articulation's pretty good. Again, these very much kind of remind me of G.I. Joe Classified as far as scaling and style and everything. So I think if you wanted to keep these with your G.I. Joe Classifieds, they would probably fit in well with that. But again, these are kind of their own thing a little bit too. I'm going to move these legs around a little bit. So, of course, we got the backpack here. That hole's not really lining up with the hole in his back. So that's going to bother me a little bit. See if we can... There we go. Well, did a little stretching, and it did, and then it kind of fell back. So maybe we can pop that in there. I don't know. It's not wanting to line up well. First world problems, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Maybe that'll work. Can we make it happen? Can we make it happen? Yeah, there we go. Maybe. I don't feel like it's in there super good, but I don't know. What are you going to do? Look at all these little pieces, though. I'm definitely not going to be able to keep all of those. Moving my tablecloth, it's all going to fall out. Interesting little armband. Slide that up there. Yeah, this piece is not wanting to stay on his back very well. But I feel like a lot of these accessories are highly unnecessary. What do you guys think? Again, you know, I've always kind of been like that. When you give me too many accessories, it's hard for me to keep up with all of it. Do you like the stand though? The stand is absolutely fantastic. 2 peg holes, so he can definitely stand up well and be displayed very, very well. So that's really cool. We got here some lightning effect pieces. I guess, again, not a stranger to like a Marvel Legends line, or in fact, I think sometimes these are even in the G.I. Joe Classified line. So all kinds of cool effects here. Maybe comes out of the gun. That might be kind of fun. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. So, I don't know. I'll have to kind of mess around with the accessories. So many of them, it's hard to know where to put them all. Of course, not a lot of information on the... well, there's a little bit of information there, but not a lot of like pictures of the guy. You see him there. It looks like some of the stuff connects to his backpack and to his gas mask, which is kind of cool. But and of course to his gun. But we got a lot of extra pieces here, which doesn't make it the easiest thing in the world. But again, this is kind of a trial by fire for me because, you know, I don't obviously know anything about these characters, so to just be kind of, you know, thrust upon it isn't the easiest thing in the world. I am going to try to get his backpack in one more time because that was not wanting to go in very well. Come on, you son of a gun. I know this is riveting video and I'm just struggling to get stuff in on an action figure. Yeah, I think that might be the best it's going to be. So now I think I can connect these hoses, I believe, to his gun. Maybe. Does it want to go? Not wanting to go in there real well. And then I can connect it to his pack. Again, they don't connect real well. Like, it's not... I think you can force it in there, but it's not like it's going in easily. I don't know. So that is kind of cool, and I guess you could connect another one from his pack to his mask, as it were. Well, not on this mask. It would have to be the other mask. Well, I saw a connecting piece. Maybe not. Maybe I need another piece. I don't know. There's too many pieces here. I know that's the picture. It's what it showed, but I don't see any way to hook that in there unless I'm looking at it wrong. I don't know. Overall, that's good enough for me. That's all the accessories I need. That's too much. Too many accessories. It's overstimulating. Too much stuff. But again, a really cool figure, a really cool line. It's just a lot of stuff. It's a lot of information to try to figure out, especially when you're kind of, you know, on the fly like a video like this. Not the easiest thing in the world. But overall, a cool figure and a cool bunch of accessories. Just a lot of them, as it were. But there's the Sleepwalker. Of course, the heavy weapons division, Sleepwalker. Definitely didn't look at the box and cheat on that. Oh, definitely did. But again, a cool figure. What do you guys think of this line? Is this a line you plan to collect? A line that you are going to collect? Maybe after watching this video, you decide, ooh, I don't want any part of that. Who knows what everyone's thinking? All in all, pretty fun. I think a little much at times. But again, that's what I think is cool sometimes about these lines, because they know it's a property that's not super well known. It's obviously something that they've kind of invented or kind of created on their own. So they're all about kind of letting you determine that. And as you can see, his backpack fell off again. Again, it's almost like they don't want to fit in the hole, and that's just so frustrating to me, because I'm like, literally, it's made to do this, and the fact that it doesn't want to fit there, okay, snugged in that time. All right, maybe that's all it needed to line up better. But it just makes it a little frustrating. But overall, a cool looking figure. Like I said, I like the little gas lines on there. Pretty fun. I got a lot of them, so I guess you could run gas lines all over this guy. But again, a lot of accessories and a lot of stuff to keep up with. But let me know in the comments down below if you guys are into this line, if it's a line you are going to collect, a line you would collect, and all that good stuff in between. Of course, you can pick up all these figures over on BigBadToyStore.com. Add to your pile of loot. That's what I do. It's a really fun service over there. That's not a plug. That's just honestly good feedback because I love that stuff. Very, very cool. And also check out my other unboxing videos. I do 3 unboxing videos every single week. Last week was a pretty fun week. On Monday, I unboxed Fisto from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line. Really fun. Check that out. On Wednesday, I unboxed the Green Lantern from the Total Justice line over there from Kenner. Very, very cool. Old school figure, but a lot of fun. A little bit of trouble standing it up, though. And then on Friday, of course, I unboxed Lord Alfred Hayes from the Hastel Toy Grapplers and Gimmicks line. Also a really fun one over there from our boy Mitch. Lots of fun stuff. So like I said, this line, a lot of extra stuff, a lot of extra accessories, but overall, a pretty cool figure. And again, I like the DIY possibilities. That may not be for everybody, but when there's all these possibilities of little things that you can add, it does make it interesting. But like even like this little lightning piece, I have no idea what that goes to. But hey, it's kind of cool. Look at all these little accessories. I mean, so many little micro pieces. It's hard to even fathom where they go. But, like I said, it is a cool figure and one I'm very happy to have in the collection. Also, check out the TB Toycast podcast, dropping every Thursday with a different main event and all the toy news for the week as well. And then, of course, check out Tales of the Toy Box, dropping every month. It is my kind of special look at old school toy lines dropping here on the channel. Check that out. And of course, check out TB Toycast over on TikTok. We're blowing up on TikTok, making it happen. So check that out as well. Thank you all very much for checking out the TB Toycast YouTube channel. That is Sleepwalker from the Heavy Weapons Division. And we will see you in the toy aisle.
Yeah. One more time. It ain't over till I say it's over. So lock the cage up, cause this is a takeover. The wait's over. If this the final time we meet, then you'll be on your back on my feet. Then I'll tip the cage over as a hangover. I'm super fly so I can splash off the top. And I can shut down the shop.